All right, joining us now, General Jack Keane, Fox News senior strategic analyst. General Keane, as always, sir, thank you. I want to get your take on everything, but just here's a thought. I think one reason for the success here, the apparent success, the hostage release, but also the general contours of a peace deal, and hopefully the governance is okay, is that the United States and Israel were not reluctant to use military force. Completely different from the Biden administration, which refused to use military force and got nowheres. And the clever, smart use of force, I think, was an enormous factor in solving and, bringing us closer to peace. What do you think, General Keane? Sometimes force is very important, I would think.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The change of administration was actually crucial. We wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today on the cusp of actually a major strategic change in the Middle East with the real possibility of stability and peace in the region. And why is that? Because President Trump came in and gave the Israelis immediately all the weapons they need that Biden had restricted. He told them, don't go into Rafah, which is the southern part of Gaza. Trump said, go and destroy Hamas if that's what you think should be done. He gave him full support. Biden said, don't attack Hezbollah. Trump said, if you need to attack Hezbollah, they're the enemy to the north, attack them. We'll support you. Biden said, don't go into Iran and attack Iran. Trump said, go into Iran, take down Iran, and we conducted a decisive blow to end their nuclear program and set it back for years. And the United States took the initiative to go after the Houthis. We demonstrated unequivocally, one, who our ally is, and we were absolutely supporting Israel once and for all to end this instability and malfeasance and destruction that Iran and their proxies were up to. And President Trump was right in the middle of all of that, supporting Netanyahu doing it and being aggressive about it himself. It is absolutely the decisive decision that got us where we are. Even his own military was telling Netanyahu, no, don't go into Gaza City. It's going to risk the hostages, and the troops are tired and stressed. That sounds like the generals in 2006 in Iraq that I was dealing with, and President Bush wanted to change the strategy, escalate the war, and destroy al-Qaeda and the Sunni-based insurgency. He did exactly that and achieved that end state. And Netanyahu did not listen to his generals. He thought that they were wrong. And by surrounding Gaza, guess what? Hamas is coming to the negotiating table because they knew their destruction was imminent, Larry. You're absolutely right. This is indispensable American leadership, and they're willing to use force to achieve a political objective.
Yes, well,
and it's worked.
See, I've learned my lessons from General Keane. I have learned my lessons from General Keane. Now, General Keane, let me ask you something else in the remaining time. What can we learn from the Middle East story, the use of force, in Russia, Ukraine, which is ongoing and very difficult? Any thoughts on that one, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a model case for what to do in Ukraine. You can see the change that's taken place. President Trump is now fully supporting Ukraine and Zelensky, even though he's had problems with Zelensky. He recognizes full well what is happening here, that we have an aggressor whose army is much larger than Zelensky's, who's trying to kill his people on a scale by the thousands to break their will and resolve. And he's doing what? He's removing any restrictions on the use of offensive weapons. He's giving them more offensive weapons. And I think we're eventually going to see some pretty tough economic pressures being applied as well. And I know you're an advocate for that, and you've given them, the administration, some of the details on how to do all of that. And I'm in full support of what you have recommended and suggested. And I think they are getting there. And I think once this ends in the Middle East, at least we have a deal, and the war has in fact ended, then I think President Trump will focus wholeheartedly on dealing with Mr. Putin. And he's already set the stage, full support to an ally, and do everything you can against the adversary.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, right. This is going to be the next phase. And we've learned a lot from the Middle East, and your wisdom has prevailed in all of this. General Jack Keane, thank you, sir. We appreciate it ever so much.